One of my favorite books of the Bible is Exodus, and I love watching Moses' journey with God and how he processes things with him and how he processes leadership and how he processes leading stubborn people. But one of my very favorite portions of Scripture in Exodus is when God actually tells Moses that it's time to go face Pharaoh, and Moses says to God, he said, "Who am I?" And he actually repeats himself, he says, "Who am I?" Like, in other words, what do I have to offer? Who am I that I would even be able to speak to him? Why are you telling this to me? Who am I to go speak to Pharaoh? And then a few verses later, God responds with, "I am that I am." And so God really wasn't concerned with who Moses was. He wasn't really concerned with Moses' qualifications. He wasn't really concerned with what Moses had to bring to the table. What he was concerned with is who God was. God was concerned with who he was. And he understood that it didn't matter what Moses' limitations were. It didn't matter, what Moses had to bring to the table. God said, "I am that I am." And so God reminded him, it doesn't matter really who you are. It matters who I am. It matters that you serve a big, big, big God. And so I think a lot of times what I run into is I look at my natural limitations all the time and get frustrated, and I bang my head against the wall. And really, at the end of the day, all that matters is who God is. It just matters who he is. And as I learn to appropriate his nature, as I learn to trust more in his nature, the more I'll end up working with him and manifesting who he is. So today, don't sit there and focus on your natural qualifications and what you have. Don't focus on any of that today. I want you to focus on the fact that God is. He is the I am, and he is who he says he is, and he will do what he says he will do. Have an awesome week. I love you guys. We'll see you next week.